Larry PD is investigating the motive, but they believe this is an isolated incident and there are no additional suspects. Well, right now we're at the intersection of Van Ness and Santa Clara, and so police have started taping off this corner right here. And I just want to show you how dark it gets out here. I'm going to turn off the light really quick, and the street lamps aren't on, so it's pretty hard to see pedestrians. Developing now, a thrift store in northeast Fresno hit by yet another fire. Mission Thrift has had 3 fires in the last 3 weeks, and the most recent happening yesterday afternoon. President Donald Trump is defending mass layoffs at the Department of Education. Good morning, I'm Hannah Gonzales. The administration says it's a step towards closing the department completely. Our Washington correspondent Maddie Beertemple is live in D.C. with more on the move and the pushback. I saw it was really snowing earlier, and even in that video you showed us it's really coming down, but how much of that is actually sticking to the roads right now? This once abandoned motel from the late 70s will see new life with 25 workforce units welcoming families in late November. Well, police found the suspect at the intersection of Van Ness and Santa Clara, less than a mile away from the gruesome attack. My photojournalist and I caught the arrest on camera. This is that video. This is the arrest of a man police believe attacked a city worker early this morning. Around 7:30, the 56-year-old Fresno city engineer was working on an electrical box on Kern Street between F and G. Surveillance footage shows the moments leading up to the attack.
This was a vicious, unprovoked attack in broad daylight.
You can see the suspect crossing the street with a metal object. The clip cuts just before the grisly assault.
It's sickening and disgusting to see what happens next to an individual who's basically defenseless, focusing on his work in that traffic light box.
Fresno Police Chief Mindy Casto says the suspect, who has not been identified, casually walked away from the scene. The manhunt lasted 12 hours. In the video of the attack, the suspect is wearing a black hoodie. In the picture police gave us, he's wearing something different. They confirmed this is a picture of their suspect from today. When he's arrested, he's changed again. Officials say the victim worked for the city's public works department for almost 20 years. He hit the ground and was found unconscious. He underwent surgery and remains in critical condition.
And the next 24 hours is going to be very critical in terms of his recovery.
His wife, 2 daughters, and the rest of the city staff are praying for his recovery.
These employees should not have to put their lives on the line to do a job.
And now, with the attack and arrest on camera, investigators are looking for a motive. Chief Casto says he will be charged with attempted murder, among other serious charges. And of course, we will continue to follow this case in the city workers' recovery. Reporting live in studio, I'm Hannah Gonzales, KSEE 24, local news that matters. The first Latino United States Poet Laureate, Juan Felipe Herrera, is the son of California farm workers. And throughout his career, he became an award-winning poet, children's author, retired professor, and his resume goes on. At the age of 75, he now spends his days in Fresno with family. And I had the chance to speak with him and reflect on his lifetime of achievements.
Si atrapé un puñado de palabras. If I grabbed a handful of words that I had never really heard, y esparcí sobre un párrafo, and I spread them on a big paragraph so I could write at least a story, a magnificent story.
Words like these took Juan Felipe Herrera from Valor, a small California labor community, to the Library of Congress.
Imagine.
In 2015, he became the first Latino U.S. Poet Laureate after serving 2 terms as California's Poet Laureate.
And now you're going to go all around the United States. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. And you're going to meet audiences. They're going to be giant audiences.
From a young age, Herrera fell in love with the art of storytelling, as his mother would sing him corridos, or Mexican ballads.
A las 11 de la noche estábamos desesperados. Nos montaron en un coche para Kansas mancornados. At 11 o'clock at night, we were out there, we were feeling very desperate, and the van came up and took us away with handcuffs on.
The song tells a story of Border Patrol agents taking the family away.
That's quite a message going on when I was a kid.
He came from humble beginnings. Herrera's parents were migrant workers who moved from town to town for work.
I noticed the life we lived. Later on, I could reflect on it and write about it.
He was offended by the negative language the national media used to describe migrant workers, people just like his parents.
Invaders, that's who we are. So you tend to ingest all that, and you become that phrase.
So he set out to reshape how his community was portrayed, never thinking it would turn into a career.
Only because we never talked about careers. We just lived day to day to survive.
Over the past 50 years, he's published nearly 40 books in both English and Spanish, with the goal that readers can take away a better understanding of one another.
There's too many negative depictions of each other and of all groups. And that's what makes distance, fear, and anger boil up.
As portrayed, his children's book, Super Cilantro Girl, is all about a young girl who uses her newly found powers to save her mother crossing the U.S.-Mexico border.
People do get stopped there, and they get put in some kind of, I don't know, it could be those chicken wires, or it could be a holding tank, and that's very painful. So I said, I'm going to open that up.
The book was eventually adapted into a play and performed throughout California. With his laureate days behind him, Herrera now spends his time making frequent visits to the elementary that bears his name. What was going through your head when that happened?
That's a great experience. That's the experience.
An incredible honor, considering education was a privilege his parents did not have. His father never stepped foot into a classroom, and for his mother,
she was only made it to 3rd grade in El Paso, and that was a lot of grade.
With a lifetime of beautifully written literature to his name, when asked what he is most proud of,
I'm most proud of when I read in front of children.
Playful at heart, Herrera knows exactly how to keep them engaged. He wastes no time instilling in them that, like him, they are equipped to do or become anything.
My heart and mind. And body contain the future. I tell them, before I go, I want to let you know that you, everyone here, has a beautiful voice. And that's who you are. That's your inner self.
A voice that one day could become something great, maybe even the next United States Poet Laureate.